Whoa, whoa, whoa. I know you think this looks like trash on the beach, but hang with me. This is a cool piece of history.
So I recently posted about this crazy thing my brother found washed ashore on an uninhabited Caribbean island, and we've been wondering what it was for years. He's always thought that it was a World War II lifeboat, and I just hate it when he is right. Thanks to everybody chipping in, giving me some ideas and stuff. I did some more digging online, and I was able to find that this is indeed a lifeboat. I mean, this thing is called a Carly float, and it was invented by a man whose last name was Carly. He served in the Civil War, first on land and then at sea for the North. Many years later, there was this horrible maritime disaster in which one ship ran into another that had hundreds of people on it, and the process of sinking that boat, the lifeboats were damaged and many of them were lost. And then there was this horrible scene in which the crew members from the sinking ship were actually jumping in the remaining lifeboats and keeping the passengers out of those boats. They were beating them. Some news reports from the time, it says that they were killing them to keep them out of the lifeboats. Really horrible stuff. In the aftermath of that, one of the families of a guy who had died on the ship offered a $20,000 reward for anyone who could improve lifeboats for that type of situation. Well, Carly, who was at this time a traveling musician and many other things, threw his hat in the ring, and he ended up designing this float. And he patented this sometime right after 1900. What my brother found is really just the inner core of the whole design. So it is a copper tube. It's about 6 or 8 inches in diameter. And then this tube was originally wrapped with a thick layer of cork. And then that was again wrapped with something like canvas. There was never a floor in this boat. It was just rope going across the opening. So like if you were in this lifeboat, you would be wet the whole time. These boats ended up being used by the militaries of many countries, including America. This particular boat that we're looking at could have come from World War I or World War II. They were used through that whole span of time. Now, the amazing thing is that there are actually stories of guys surviving in these lifeboats. One guy who survived 40-something days at sea in one of these things. Another guy who survived over 100 days. I mean, it's just incredible. So these did save lives, but obviously you wouldn't have been very comfortable using one. They made 7 different sizes of the Carly float. This is the smallest one. Incredibly, this smallest one was designed with the idea that it would carry 6 people. Now, that seems crazy to me because you could barely fit one person in here, but I guess at that point you're just using it like a really long life ring. So anyway, that's what this wild thing is that my brother found. It's a World War I, World War II era life raft called a Carly float. Very cool.